Let's go. Mic check. Episode 464. Episode 464 of the Face on View podcast. We are here. Let's get right to it. Like, share, subscribe to the content. Man. Shout out to you guys and shout out to the supporters. And much love to all of you guys. Let's get right to it, bro. My brother is here, and we here to talk music, man. We lost a musical legend, icon, not only our artist, but your artist's favorite artist, bro. Rest in peace, D'Angelo. Passed away at 51. It was rumored that he had cancer, and this is another situation where you never know what anybody's going through. Never know what anybody's going through, bro.
Last time I saw D'Angelo, he popped up. On Ghost and Meth when they did the Verzuz, he popped up on them, and then he did How Did It Feel?
And then didn't he do a Verzuz too? And D'Angelo, and D'Angelo's so legendary. I forgot D'Angelo basically did a Verzuz by himself.
Yeah,
I remember that. He is so legendary in his music.
There's if you ever played Red Dead Redemption 2, because I played for the first time this summer, there's a scene where you have to ride your horse all the way back to camp, and there's this song that they curated for the game, and he's one of the vocals on the song. I didn't even know. I recently found that out. I said, man, that was
D'Angelo singing on that. Such a legend, bro. Like I said, your artist's favorite artist, like true to his art. Brown Sugar and Voodoo is probably some of the best music, not just R&B music I've ever heard in my life, bro.
How does it feel? How does it feel? Songs ever created.
Lady, bro, like what we talking about? D'Angelo, bro.
Devil's Pie.
Man, especially when Neo Soul was just really on, in the face front. It was him. It was Angie Stone. It was Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, man. But like, shout out to his legacy. Something I didn't know. I was today years old when I found out him and Angie Stone had a child together. I didn't know.
I found that out today. I was like, so like, Christmas told me. I was like, what?
Condolences to his child, and also he had a daughter too. So condolences to his family.
Your parents 6 months apart. Like Push and Miles went through that.
Yeah.
So losing your parents within 6 months of each other.
It's heartbreaking,
it's gotta be
bro.
Hard, man.
That's heartbreaking. So yeah, just prayers out to them, and honestly, I just want this to be a moment we celebrate his life, because D'Angelo, man, he shaped how a lot of music was curated and made, and really the art of music. Like when we talk about art of music, bro, these are the type of artists you talk about when you talk about the art, and just dedicated to his craft. Because when you hear stories about D'Angelo, he was just a regular human being, chilling, just having a good time, but he never wanted to be in the public light. He took his music serious, and he put out good art. So shout out D'Angelo, bro. Shout out D'Angelo. Hey, you already know, man. You already know. I'm excited for this. I am excited for this. Hey, my brother, no. I'm a stan. Cash Money Stan. Let's get right to it, bro. Cash Money versus No Limit, October 25th. Verzuz is back, and I think this is a great way to start it off.
It is, but I think this is a sweep. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey, I
just don't see them beating Cash Money.
I think also that too. This is another situation in Verzuz that we all win in this situation, as far as the music and as far as these two labels. Because without these two labels, bro, they shape hip hop, especially for the South. But they shape hip hop in a way we couldn't imagine, and for them to both get on the stage knowing that they had, they've been at odds before, it's a beautiful thing, because you're talking about moguls that paved the way for these other labels to even be present and to be even in the space with Birdman, Slim, and Master P.
There is no hip hop in Louisiana without these.
Without these two. So
there are a few cities in the States where you don't really think about rap, and you just have pioneers that created. Like Detroit used to be one of those places until M showed up. DC is one of those places until Wale showed up. Chicago is one of those places until Common showed up. And so you talk about New Orleans, you can't think of much hip hop, but when you think of hip hop, you think of Cash Money, you think of No Limit
for sure.
And every artist that ever came from out of there, you think of them.
So as far as this Verzuz, bro, I'm completely biased. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all know I'm a Wayne stan, but I'm a Cash Money stan, bro. Like Cash Money is everything for me growing up.
I guess I'm biased. I prefer Cash Money way more.
Everything growing up.
But even with bias aside, I'm like, fam.
I just don't think, to your point, bro. If you said
I'm
this
not
before,
even talking about Drake and Nicki, and when like you could exclude them from the combo.
Because
we go with the '90s catalog, both '90s catalog. They're not beating Cash Money.
Let's just say this hypothetically. This is before the Carter. Like we think about Cash Money before the Carter. You had for Cash Money, of course, you got BG, you got Juvenile, you got Wayne, you got Turk, you got Manny Fresh, you got
the big time,
and that's what make them unique. They got big timers, hot boys. Squad Up. Let's not even talk about Squad Up. You have so many entities just in one label, and you talk about their solo careers. Let's go to 400 Degrees. You talk about BG solo career. Wayne's solo career could wipe this whole stage off by himself.
Really?
And just being honest, I'm being dead serious. So and I know, look, No Limit got some songs too. So I'm not gonna go like.
No Limit has Silk
I think
Shaka,
that to me,
Snoop. They had Mr.
I think it's gonna be closer than what it's expected because you do have you got Petey Pablo, you got C Murder, you got Snoop, you got Mia X, you got Mystical. You got, of course, Master P. Of course, they have music that I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. They have a good. My prediction, they have a good 7 to 8 hit songs that can match up, or can go after that. Because you got 20 songs.
I feel like Cash Money has more songs that the entire planet knows.
Yeah, worldwide for sure.
Because No Limit's whole strategy was quantity. Mm-hmm. They were putting out so much music every week because of all the money they were making in putting the music out. But it's like when you put that much music out, you don't give people time to resonate and remember it all. Like. Nobody remembers half of that stuff they put out. Yep. You know, and I would say that they weren't great, but you put out so much music. Like all them artists they had, like you don't even remember.
Yeah, their roster was OD.
They was putting stuff out like every week. It's like there's no like they put out way more music than you remember. Yeah, is my point. You know what I'm saying? It's like Cash Money has more songs you remember, like that you could play. And whatever era you want to pick, the 90s, the late 90s, the early 2000s, the mid 2000s, whatever era you want, they got it.
And for this Verzuz, songs that I feel like are going to be untouchable songs for Cash Money, I'll get to No Limit songs, but for Cash Money is, of course, back to that. Like, that's number one. You go to 400 Degrees, we get into Juvie catalog, we get into Slow Motion, we get into High. We go into Wayne catalog, and we can just start off by the high. We could just start off by the High Boys at 500 Degrees with Wayne.
Bling bling,
Shine, Still Fly, Big Timers, man. It's going
Hood Chick, Hood Rat Chick,
Project Chick, Hot Girl, Project Chick. Oh my goodness, bro.
They just smoked. They just destroyed it. What was that, Essence Fest?
Yes, bro. They got too many cult. Like I'm talking about, they have cult classes. Now let's not get it twisted. We know Master P. Yeah, make him say, come on, that's one right there. Yeah, About It's gonna be one. You got Mystical. Mystical got a couple himself.
The mother, yeah, because I'm down for what?
Oh yeah, that's
because I'm down for what?
I think that's the song they're gonna have to play against back there because that's the only song they can rival it. I think
I think they can say is that one.
Yeah, make them say
put that shoot, I mean, they probably shouldn't, but a Birdman can play that.
Yeah, bruh. It's too
That's
many.
more known as a Clips record now because
but it's still
a Birdman
much,
record.
Bro.
It's still a Birdman.
Under the Cash Money umbrella, what's it called, Hugh? You know how many places we can go, bro? We can go, and we enter Wayne's.
Birdman and Wayne got a few joints together.
You play Birdman Jr.
I don't like that album, but they have Birdman and Wayne have
Father Like Son was a classic.
They have joints together where they could go all popping bottles is a
Birdman
joint.
Jr.
Soft is a joint. Birdman Jr. is a joint. Something Like My Daddy, one of my favorite Wayne verses on that song.
Facts.
Like they got like Birdman and Wayne together. They got joints. They could go some places. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it would be unfair for Wayne to even think about playing any of the Carter. And like that's what it's unfair.
Put the block aside and be over with. I mean, I don't know him and Birdman are return. So you know, I don't know if he's gonna be there for that.
And that's a good conversation.
He could be.
That's a good conversation too, Hugh, that you bring up because you have a turmoil within both of these labels that have happened. First, on Cash Money side, I don't know if Turk is going to be there because he's in a legal battle right now with Cash Money, and Mia X just had a situation with Master P. So it's like. I think that's going to be a key factor of. I still think Cash Money wins, but I think it's going to be a key factor too because performance, as we seen with the Locks and Dipset situation, I didn't know who I had in that, but the Locks outright and Jadakiss outright beat them off of performance. So like it's a case where No Limit could have better performances too. So Like I
And
think
you gotta play the right songs. I've seen Fab movies.
Yes, me too.
He played the wrong. He did not play the right song.
That's a perfect example.
And I'm like, Fab, you have a way better catalog than this. And I love Kiss, but like, I don't know what are you playing right now? I was like, what is Booth doing?
So you're like you just said, the rotation of your songs matter in the verses, bro. You got 20 songs, but
Danny Fresh can't go out there and do what he did when he went up against Scott Storch. He was trolling too much.
He ain't played his.
But at the same time, I don't think he could.
Oh no, they're not. But
Scott Storch was a Danny Fresh was like that, but Scott.
You know this is bragging rights, Hugh. This is Louisiana, so you know Manny Fresh ain't coming to play.
Yeah.
He's not coming to
but
play.
He can't come. I'm just saying he can't come with that same energy he had with Scott Storch.
He was playing around
that more seriously. Scott Storch was one of them. He was not.
I agree with that.
You should not have been playing.
That was another verse that was low key a great verse.
Yeah, like Scott Storch is one of them, bro. Like.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to this, bro. I am like when I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to this, bro. I'm gonna be dressed up all in my gear, bro. Trust and believe. I already got my Army fatigues and Cash Money record shirt, bro. This is gonna be one for the
they put it back on the IG Live. That's what that was back.
That's the good question.
That's what back when Verzuz was lit.
The only disappointing thing about this, bro, is with the location. I wish this would be I know it's in Vegas. I wish this would be in Louisiana. This would be the one that to be in Louisiana, bro. Like this. Because I only say that because nobody has an advantage. In Vegas, of course, too, y'all, nobody really necessarily has an advantage.
It would have been like how the Lockwood's Dipset was. It was at the Garden.
Like a neutral location.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Angie was crazy, you know what I'm saying?
But imagine if that was in, bro.
But, I mean, who knows? Depending on how well this does, it could spark a return for Verzuz.
Yeah, I think
especially if it has the same effect it used to, where, artist streams go up 1,000%. Then you're gonna have artists wanting to come back out and be like, "Yo, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that."
Yeah.
Cause I know Busta Rhymes been fiending to a Verzuz, and I've been waiting to see. I'm like, listen, I want to who's brave enough to go against Busta Rhymes? Cause he been asking for smoke. Cause he got the choice. Busta got 20 for whoever. I've been waiting to see.
Easy 22.
I'm like, I'm fine with seeing 50 versus Busta. They cool. They both cool.
Now,
they both from
that
New York,
is cool.
Brooklyn, Queens. They got Joyce. I'm like, I'm here to see it.
I know there was a conversation before. That's
50.
the one. That's the one I think. That's the one I think, bro. I think
50 beats him, but not by a lot.
In what?
In the verses?
You think 50's fuck?
Yeah.
Hell no, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm not. And
it's about
I respect. I respect 50's. I respect 50's pen and what he's did. He don't got more hits than T.I. No, Hugh. No, I won't even let you get away with that one. He don't got more hits than T.I.
He may not have more, but who has the better? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, who has? I
got T.I.
If I had to put together a 20, I think 50.
I got T.I. on that one. We not gonna do that. I love 50, but we not gonna do that.
It's like people try to say 50 got one hot album. I was like, all right, but his album is top 10 all time. So
yeah,
does he need to have a better album?
He has one of the best, the greatest debut albums of all time.
If your album is better than mine, then it's like.
But your boy T.I. got multiple of them things. Don't get it started. He got multiple.
T.I. got hit records. I'm not saying that.
That's a good battle. I think
T.I. only had 20. I think if we only could pick 20, I think 50 could have 20
for sure. Well, I can compete with you, yeah.
Now if we gotta go 30 or 40, T.I.'s getting him out of here. 50 ain't got 30 or 40. He can't. Now
see,
he can't do that.
So see, for me with the verses, because of their music and their time, of course, the beef and stuff like that, I would want to see Ja Rule and 50 rather than that. I know it may not happen, whatever, but I don't put anything past it. After we got Jeezy and Gucci, I don't put anything past nothing, bro. You remember that we were scared in there, bro.
But after the stuff that was said about Irv, I just don't think those guys want to be in the same room.
Nah.
And I don't think 50 wants to be in the room with him. There's an opportunity for Ja to make money and be successful, and he's not going to help with that.
A perfect battle for T.I., but I know Rick Ross did it before. It would be Rick Ross. To me, I think so. I think T.I. and Rick Ross.
He went against 2 Chainz.
Yeah, I know. That's what I say. And 2 Chainz don't get his credit. I just think that was an underrated versus, but it was kind of a little bit. I liked it too. I just think it was slightly a bit unfair. I think Rick Ross, he won that a little bit, but I think that was one like I was like I wish it was just a better matchup. I didn't really like that matchup.
Bro, Rick Ross brought out the electric guitar to play his verse for Devils in the New Dress. I was like,
nah, they was going crazy. And 2 Chainz, don't ever sleep. He got hits.
Back to the topic at hand. Who wants smoke? There's 2 people I want to see. 3 people who I want to see.
Go against Busta Rhymes.
No, not even Busta Rhymes. But there's 3 people I want to see who think they got smoke for them. I want to see somebody go against who wants smoke with Busta, who wants smoke with Sean Paul, And who wants smoke with Justin Timberlake?
I like that.
Who like?
I like that.
Other than Usher and Chris Brown, who like? And you said, I know you said Neo, but Neo went already. Because I think Neo's a good one. Because Neo was a good one. Because somebody told me Robert.
He did it with another song.
I said Justin Timberlake would
wipe the floor. He did.
John Austin.
Yeah, Jonte Austin.
That was a great. That was a top 5 verse.
Jonte Austin got
a tie for me. I had that at a tie.
Nah, I got Jonte. He
put out 2 of the greatest songwriters.
When he put out that Ashanti, I said, "Oh yeah, nah."
For me, I had it at a tie. And I was going record for record. That's the top 5 verses.
That's it.
That was on the IG Live.
Nah, that wasn't top 5.
To me, that was the song that was being played. I'm sorry, that was the top 5 verses.
I can't let you say that.
Yeah, I can't.
Even it's your opinion, but I enjoyed that. It wasn't better than DMX Snoop. It wasn't better than the Locks and Dipset. The Locks and Dipset. It wasn't better than. Honestly, Bounty Hunter and Beanie Man is up there.
I didn't watch that, so no.
Erykah Badu, Jill Scott is up there.
I didn't watch that.
Then you had what's it called? This is another low key one. What's the other verses? Hugh.
See?
Nah, but it's one that I'm talking about that was a very good verses, but it wasn't Jada and Fab again. It was that Elk. But we had a lot.
Oh wait, T.I. and Lil Jon. That don't ain't stupid.
You said who?
T.I. and Lil Jon.
T.I. and Lil Jon.
Oh, sorry, Lil Jon and T-Pain.
Oh yeah.
T-Pain and Lil Jon.
That was a good one.
That was a great one.
But nah,
I will say Lil and Nelly, but Nelly messed up with
the connection,
Wi-Fi.
all that was stuff. See, like what you talk about, that was in the very early stages.
That's what I'm saying. That was a really dope verses, yo. That was a really for those that watched that one with the songs that was being played, that was a really dope verse. That's why it's top 5 to me. I'm not thinking about the theatrics and stuff like that. I'm thinking about
with the songs being played.
Yeah, with the music that was being played. Because even Snoop and DMX, they were in the same room together. This was like early when we were in quarantine.
Yeah, quarantine.
You had to do it like that.
Yep.
And it was just an idea. Like that's why
that was one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite songs.
The songs being played, they was really going at it. Snoop and DMX might be the best one. Besides like Locks and Dipset, that might have been the best.
That was the moment. Yeah, facts. That was a moment.
And we got to get him flowers before that. But those are my 3. Like, who wants smoke with them 3? Those are my 3. Because I'm not going to worry about Jay and Kanye and Drake and what. We might not ever see that. But them 3, Sean Paul, Busta Rhymes, and Justin Timberlake.
That's a good list. I want
to see who want to go against them.
And to be honest, ain't nobody really can go against Kanye. That's just the elephant. That's the elephant in the room.
It's a small list of guys.
It's a small list. And
you got produce. He can go the producer route and the rapper route.
Small list. I don't know. Only people I see would be either Wayne, Drake, and Jay-Z. Those are the only 3 that I could think. Eminem 2.
Producer route. You got Eminem 2. Because Pharrell.
Eminem 2.
Pharrell's up there. Timberland.
Yeah.
You got to go to when you go to producer route, it's like that. But Dre.
It's the fact that he could do both. That's impressive.
But it's still a small list. It's not a really long list.
It isn't. My question to you, bro, is name some albums or artists. We can do both, but name some albums or artists that shaped who you are. Like these albums and artists made you who you are today.
I'm gonna start with Lecrae because I just saw him for his last tour. I bought a VIP ticket to the meet and greet Q&A. That was dope. So I'm definitely gonna go with Lecrae, man. Lecrae, he helped. I was listening to guys do Christian rap before, but it was a very select few of guys that I was listening to because I always felt like, and he's felt the same way. He's said it multiple times. I always felt like Christian hip hop was gimmicky because it always felt like, you know how it used to look when your parents try to imitate rappers, and say the hip hop. It always came off so gimmicky. Like it was corny. It was Christians trying to be rappers.
So he made the sound.
Lecrae was a rapper that to have it Christian. You know what I'm saying? That's how his music sounds to us and to me. He's probably the only guy that has been able to do it in a secular space. And for 20 years, his first album came out in 2004. It's on his own independent label, and he's done things that most Christian rappers. I mean, he's number 1 album. He's had number 1 album in the world. He's number 1 album in the world twice. Country. He's won Grammys. So him for sure. Ludacris. One of the first guys I've ever really listened to. Still one of my favorite rapper today. Jay-Z, obviously. Kanye West, definitely. We talk about, as a dreamer, and the soundtrack to just following your dreams and wanting to go after it and to hustle for what you got at all costs. Jay and Kanye have been the biggest examples and inspirations to me, because it was like that same energy is the same energy I try to put into Game Shift. Like I was playing I Wonder the other day, and like this whole, not the other day, but like last month, and this whole month I just been I've been writing a script for a game I want to do in the future, and try to put it together, and just really that's the only thing that's been on my mind, because it's like you gotta go super hard for your dreams, and it's those guys that really helped me see that. Wayne for sure, because he was all you could hear at one point in our time, in a pivotal time we were growing up. It's like in 2008, him and Kanye were the only two guys that you could hear every single day, like, and he was just putting out great after great after great after great stuff, rap line after rap line after rap line. You could quote everything he said, you heard everything he did. It always sounded cool. Even when he rapped like 8 bars, it was like the greatest 8 bars you ever heard in your life. Like he could not do no wrong at one point in our eyes. So I'm gonna go. Those are my top 5 favorite guys, other than the guys like I said, Kendrick. But as far as shaping me, like those are the guys I would say that shaped me.
I would say for myself, as far as artists and albums, like I go way like this, even growing up, bro, like the artists that really shaped my life, even before rap. But first is what I said earlier with Cash Money. Like that's what I was introduced first as far as rap. My brothers, my uncles always listening to Cash Money, bro. I grew up on Juvenile, BG, Wayne, and Turk, and all of them. But Wayne for sure for me, because it was the work ethic that he put in the music. I noticed that about him at an early age in my life, even before he became who he was really becoming. You feel me? And also like seeing him as a kid myself, him being a kid and representing the label and stuff like that was inspiration to me. And when I was growing up too, my father and my parents put me onto a lot of music as far as R&B. I'm a real R&B and soul dude, from Kim to Sade to Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, Usher, Chris Brown. Like they shaped my life as far as R&B, as far as that. But rap has always been Wayne. Drake has always been the soundtrack to my life as far as all of his albums and his body of work. J. Cole for me as well as that too. Kanye, especially as far as how I dressed, how I moved, the designs. Him and Pharrell had a lot of influence in my life.
Pharrell at a point, that's why they're saying, but Pharrell, where we talk about dress, Kanye, Pharrell shaped.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, everything that I love about like fashion and music.
Correct. And Wayne for that
is still my goat.
Wayne for that for me too, because like him and Pharrell was on the Baby Nape and all that stuff, type of stuff. So like that shaped me. J. Cole, like I said again, but like as far as albums. For me, like if I can say like maybe 4 to 5 albums that shaped my whole life, just as far as their influence in music, is the Carter 2, Carter 3, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same. For a lot of people say Usher's Confessions. For me, it's My Way, because that's when I originally first heard Nice and Slow. Like I heard R&B for like what it truly was. Chris Brown's self-titled album for me. Erykah Badu, Baduism. Like those albums shaped who I was as far as the emotional side, the other side, that's the mental side, and then the other side is just far as just the fun side. You know, just music. And I have a sleeper one, bro.
Oh, go ahead. I got
Country Grammar. Nelly, like I'm going down. That shaped who I was as a kid too, bro. Like Alicia Keys too is another one, bro. Growing up, I had a major crush on Alicia Keys as far as her music, everything, bro. Like R&B and hip hop, bro, shaped who I was, bro.
I gotta go albums. We'll go with Reasonable Doubt, because Reasonable Doubt. Obviously I was, I wasn't.
Right, I get what you're saying.
But when I heard it,
of course, when you heard
it again, it's like it just helps sparks the inspiration, because it's like it's about a young hustler just navigating his life and showing you the ins and outs of it. But he's got this mindset of like, by any means, I'm gonna be this, even though it sounds crazy. So like when you listen to that and you hear certain things like, I'd rather die enormous than live dormant, that's how we on it. Like that's just how you got to think as far as going after your dream. I'm gonna go with Graduation. I got it.
Registration
is my favorite.
I'm glad you said that.
But Graduation, because I remember my sister, she bought that album. We weren't allowed to buy that kind of music, but she bought that album. She played it every morning. And it was like I used to have to run to YouTube at the end of the school day to listen to certain stuff. And so like it was finally being played in my house in the morning before school. So I could listen to that album every day. I'm gonna go with
Before you move off of Kanye, and that's what I meant to say real quick. That shaped how I dressed, how I moved, everything. 808 Heartbreaks was my favorite Kanye album because of the appearance and how he shaped and changing music after that with him and Twisted Dark Fantasy. My Dark Twisted Fantasy.
So I'm gonna go with Graduation.
I knew that.
I gotta go with man, I lost it. I had the Red Light District album because I remember in the fourth grade when that album came out. And one of our classmates bought it inside and brought it in the class, and we looked at it like, cause man, Ludacris, he was that dude. He was everybody's favorite rapper. And so he's like, yo, I got the new Ludacris album. They brought it in. They had the red cover. We had no business listening to that. We didn't even know what the Red Light District was at the time. We do now. At the time, but it was like, man, like it was like a holy grail at the time. So like when I heard that, the Drought 3, when I tell you, every day after school, I would go to my mother's room and get all her computers until she's ready to go home, and I would just go on YouTube and I would play that. I would play that tape every day because I couldn't download it. I wasn't allowed to have. I didn't have an iPod at the time, so I would be on YouTube every day, looking up anything I could about rap. If I wasn't watching BET on the, you had to have the preview channel. I was sneaking to look at anything hip hop.
That Drought 3,
when I tell you the Drought 3, I played that every day after school.
Yeah, that's
my last album is a sleeper. Too High to Ride by Boss. Too High to Ride by Boss came out in 2016. I didn't really appreciate it until later because I heard Boss on the Revenge of the Dreamers mixtape, the first mixtape when J. Cole first put that out. And I heard a couple of his joints. And I remember when his first album dropped last winter, and I played it, but I wasn't kind of really listening. I just kind of played it because he was J. Cole affiliated. And then I heard Too High to Ride, and that is one of my top 5 favorite albums ever. Like it made me appreciate, like, man, like you really gotta take the time to listen to other artists, like that your favorite artists put on because they see something in them, and you can't go by name alone. Like that album is incredible, top to bottom. Like, and it made me go back to listen to the last one, and I was like, man, why didn't I listen to it like this before? Like that album was nuts. Like, and I've been a Boss fan ever since. I got to perform on stage with him. It was dope. So, and he put out an album out this year. I'm looking forward to the next one. So, like, Too High to Ride for sure.
And I'm with you too. And then somebody I didn't mention, he know that's one of my favorite artists. If you don't know me, Mary J. Blige, my life. Oh, yeah. Mary J. Blige for me, bro, is everything. To me, nobody can tell me nothing about Mary J. Blige, bro. Mary J. Blige, and also too, guess who else we didn't mention that shaped our lives? Both of us.
Chris Brown?
No, because Chris Brown, yes, but Missy Elliott.
Yeah,
Missy Elliott and that reign she had with Timbaland, Missy, and Ashanti. Oh, and Eve. Oh my goodness! Don't even get me started. That's a whole nother conversation as far as the music that they brung. Because we are really millennials, bro. We grew up in that.
Number one overall, because Pharrell Williams shaped everything. He's my GOAT. Like musically, like fashionably, till this day. Nobody is like Kanye's a close second, but like nobody is better than Pharrell. Like Pharrell,
I respect it though.
Pharrell is the GOAT, man. Like till this day, like people are still dressed like Pharrell. He made everything that wasn't supposed to be cool. He made skateboarding cool. He made trucker hats cool. He made cartoon characters as chains cool. He made street brand cool.
And I'm also
he made everything.
I'm surprised
cool.
You didn't.
Like, oh my god.
Hey, I know me knowing you so well as a brother, bro. I'm surprised you didn't say the NRD album.
Yes, NERD. In my mind, that album definitely shaped me.
NERD for sure,
in my mind, mixtape, but the album, the Pharrell solo album, man, and of course, looking ahead. So far ahead, the NERD album, man. Like, I'm sorry, In Searching Of. That's what it's called. In Searching Of. That album is incredible. I mean, I still rock the NERD hat. I gotta give me a new one because that one's dirty. It's my favorite hat. But yeah, Pharrell Williams, man. Skateboard P, whatever you want to call him, is my GOAT. Like, nobody's better than Pharrell.
Shout out to real music, bro. Shout out to real music because we really lived it.
Look at this BS.
Yep, but that's somebody said you stupid because that's exactly what I be on. Let's get to it. Since you said basketball, let's get to it. Aces win the 2025 WNBA championship 3 times out of the last 4 years. Ayesha Wilson, another Finals MVP, and it's time to start the conversation, bro. Ayesha Wilson, Honestly, she's in the conversation, but for me personally, she's the GOAT. Yeah, and Maya Moore before this has been the best women's basketball player I've ever seen play. Me personally, but A'ja Wilson right now, bro, being 29 years old and what she's done, Finals MVP twice, MVP 4 times, Defensive Player of the Year 3 times, Champion 3 times.
She built a dynasty.
A dynasty in a short period of time, bro. And I think what separates her from a lot of the peers and the people that we have in the GOAT conversation is this feat, like something like she did this year. Having a Finals MVP, an MVP, and a Defensive Player of the Year.
Title too. First
scoring title.
Bro, not just NBA, not just WNBA. NBA and WNBA. She's the first player to do all of that. She's the first player in basketball to do all of that.
And I respect A'ja because you see her putting the work in. We talk about with all these people that brought eyes to the WNBA, respect to them. But at the end of the day, it's not a WNBA player better than A'ja Wilson.
It's not even close.
It's not even close, bro. For real, it's not even close. You know how hard it is to average a double-double, but average a 20-plus double-double and also play both sides of the ball. That's what makes her unique, bro. And like she reminded me early in her career, her work ethic like a Candace Parker. But I think she has elevated herself because she has done it so fast. Yep. Like she's a 4-time champion, bro. 3-time champion, 3-time champion, 4-time MVP, and just before you turn 30.
Yeah, she can win it every year. If it's not, if they don't get voters fatigue.
Absolutely, bro.
There's just very few in the league right now, and there's some talent in the league, but it's just she's really a cut above. Like every year, you can just see this. You can see the gap every year.
Yeah,
you
bro.
can truly see the gap between her and her peers every year. And it's like, there's nobody better than A'ja.
Yeah. These next 5 years, bro. Like honestly, the sky's the limit because from this point on, it's like nothing else she really has to prove. Honestly, it's really what else can you prove?
Rich Gang era.
And and that's a whole other era.
I'm telling you,
it'll get ugly with Cash Money. It'll get ugly with Cash Money, bro. It'll get ugly.
Cash Money, bro. I'm sorry.
It's not a lot of labels that's beating Cash Money, bro. It's not. It's really not.
They've been doing this too long.
That's true. We didn't even talk about that era.
It's one thing to be in business. It's one thing to be doing it successfully for a long time. Like successfully, they've been doing it for too long.
Just too long, bro. Just too long. And honestly, and not to get off subject, but regardless of anything, people forget that Young Money is Cash Money. You feel me? Like people are like, you can't. I get all right, cool. They can't use Young Money and this is Chico. I got it. But I'm just saying, let's not forget that this is all Birdman. This is all Birdman and Slim, bro. This is all one umbrella. No matter who beefing, no matter what's going on, but they are all on one umbrella. Just. They different, bro. They in another lane.
Facts.
As far as A'ja Wilson, bro, like shout out to her, man, because I love that her and relationship that she has with Bam. I really love that. I enjoy seeing that on television. I enjoy seeing that, and you can see the work that she puts in. That they're working together. You feel me? Like these are the examples. I know everybody say couple goals, but these are these certain examples that you get to see the actions put to the words. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just have couple goals. They just go on Instagram, social media, whatever. I like them because it's genuine. They didn't come out and say they were a couple. They never did. A lot of them just, you know what I'm saying?
Kind of,
we know now. You feel me?
Like,
so I respect that about their relationship. I respect that how happy she was and joyful to see him after the game, bro. Like, she put the work in, bro. And it's sky's the limit for the WNBA, but it's sky's the limit for A'ja Wilson. And I don't want to hear nothing about they in debt, none of that. I don't want to hear about it. I get the business is the business. When you have players like this, there's no way that the league is not going to elevate.
Yeah, I mean they got to prop their players up. That's what they got to do.
And that's true too.
I think that's one of the other than the fact that the men's game is more exciting. I just think one of the biggest differences within the league is that the WNBA does not do a good job. And Nafisa Collier said it. Mm-hmm. They don't do a good job of propping up their players. The NBA has always done that. Like, because people don't remember there was a time where the NBA wasn't popular. Like, people make fun of the fact that the Wilt game wasn't televised. I mean, there's no footage of it. I'm like, fam, during that time, there were 2 places where NBA games were played. One of them was played in, like, this backwater arena that high school gym that nobody really came to. That game in particular was having to be played that night. So there's really a chance that no one filmed it, like, because no one was watching the game. And then Magic and Bird came. I'm sorry, Dr. J came and, it got a little bit better. But when Magic and Bird came, the league did a good job of propping them up. They put them on TV as much as you can. These 2 dudes play each other in college. They don't like each other from that rivalry. They both play for the biggest rivalry in the NBA. One place for the Celtics, one place for the Lakers.
Right.
It was a big thing. They put those two guys on TV as much as they could, and they built that rivalry up as much as they could because it was bringing in ratings. And then when Michael Jordan came, it was like it's what they did. Mm-hmm. Like the Bulls sucked, but guess what? Michael Jordan plays for the Bulls.
Right.
They're going to be on TV as many times a night until he plays for somebody else. Until they got good.
And to your point, bro,
so like even though the Minnesota Lynx suck. Like the pizza color said, you have to put them on TV.
Absolutely, I was about to say that. To your point, at the end of the day, bro, that's what. To your point, that's what the NFL and these big businesses, as far as sports entities and organizations, that's what they do. To your point, they pop up their best players, bro.
You gotta pop your players.
You always see them sponsored in some type of way.
You gotta let people watch.
Absolutely,
we want to watch Paige play.
Now
we want to watch her play. Now,
a good point right now, Hugh. Just recently, we don't like it. We spoke about the NFL having a doubleheader on Monday night, but guess what? They're propping up their players. We have a Jaden Daniels, we have a Caleb Williams that the one and the number 1, 2. They're going to be in the league for a long time.
Last year,
exactly.
Versus that's going to be a thing from now on. As long as Caleb Williams and Daniels are there, that's going to be a thing.
And guess what? Guess what the other doubleheader I'm going to put up? I'm going to put the MVP on the other doubleheader. And I'm going to bring eyes to that game. Yeah. Like, come on now. Like, to your point, bro, it has to be.
You're going to start seeing Bills versus Chiefs. That's the thing. You're going to start seeing Bills versus, after that game they just had, you're going to start seeing Bills versus Ravens a lot more. Because it's always the thing in the playoffs. Chiefs versus the Eagles are a thing now. And so when those games come up, they prop it up. Like
WNBA has to adapt it.
They hype it up. They promo it a certain way. The WNBA doesn't do a good job of propping up their players. Like you got to put Paige on TV.
I agree,
you got to put Caitlyn on TV.
It's been too long, bro. They've been here too long. Hugh, they've been almost here in business for 30 years, bro.
Yeah, you got to put these girls
on
TV, man.
Some got
the team suck. Let the fans see these great players play. Mm-hmm. Let them see them play.
Absolutely, bro.
And you gotta build around it and prop them up so that people so it becomes more visible. It's more visible.
Respect to the greatest shooter to ever live. One of the greatest basketball players to ever play.
I think lethal shooter might be.
Steph
the stuff he's been doing recently has been ridiculous.
Steph Curry, the GOAT Curry, man. Curry, and I don't want disrespect because look, I'm a huge fan. Probably one of my favorite players, and not my favorite player. Man, I don't want disrespect, but it has to be talked about, bro. And I've been waiting to talk about it. And before we get into the full gist of the conversation, I'm gonna preface this with, I'm not sitting here trying to down Ayesha Curry for her opinions. That's not what I'm doing. My only thing about this situation is the fact of the repetitiveness. Yeah. Now, she is an adult. She's married. She has kids. She can do whatever she like at the end of the day. But as far as the conversation around her marriage and around, her life, we understand that she's getting asked the questions, but she's getting asked these questions for a reason and for a certain behavior and repetition in this certain behavior in regards to the conversation she's having about her marriage. Now, she wasn't wrong in saying, okay, I didn't expect my life to be this way, things of that nature. I get that. But how much are you going to kind of show your husband up by continually to have that same rhetoric every interview you go in? Because now it's become a thing. Since you fake took your ring off when you seen that dude come, it's been a thing of you being in interviews and you really not appreciating the relationship that you're in. So instead of Steph having to always defend you, you need to show up for him and defend him in these certain cases. Because I seen Steph talking to Killer Mike because he commented on his marriage, as he should. Yeah. You need to respect my wife and keep my wife's name out your mouth. I got it. But also, too, your wife is the one that's bringing this energy to your front door as well, too. Now, I'm not sitting there saying, let's preface. I'm not sitting there saying that she shouldn't have an opinion, that she can't say what she say. But also, too, at a point in time, it becomes disrespectful to your marriage to keep on talking about these what ifs
in public.
You know what I'm saying? These what ifs. I did this. What ifs. I did that. I thought she saying I thought Steph would just be a high school coach, and I was gonna be the it girl.
Because
how many times you gonna repeat the same thing though? You feel me? Like you are where you're at right now. Your husband is almost a billionaire, and not to say that
this affect what you're saying affects him more than it affects you.
Exactly.
People are talking about you, yes, but they're talking about him more.
And I respect the fact. Okay, cool. You giving the perspective that a lot of people don't see. Like I have this life. I had dreams and aspirations too, and because of your partner's life, I maybe hadn't had an opportunity to really fulfill that. But in these interviews, what I'm getting a lot of times, bro, is that I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just be real. I didn't get to live that. Let's say what they say, and I'm not trying to disrespect her. I didn't get to live my days and have my fun. I'll just put it in that way. I didn't get to be outside and do what I had to do because I got married and I got a relationship early in my life. Cool, but guess what? At the end of the day, that's your decision. That was your choice.
Yeah.
You feel me? For you, because you continue to bring it up in interviews, it starts to feel like you have resentment.
Like you have resentment.
Exactly, bro. It's like
and that may not be the case,
bro.
but this is how it sounds. And you putting it on Front Street. The one of the number one secrets, to marriage is like you don't let everybody in on your marriage. Mm-hmm. Not even your parents. Like, not saying you can't talk to your parents, but like you can't tell your parents every little issue you having. Mm-hmm. with your wife,
absolutely,
or your husband, because you let people in on your marriage, and that's how marriages break apart. Mm-hmm. You are letting the world in on your marriage, and you can't. You cannot do that. These are valid feelings because we're human, mm-hmm. and we all have these. We all feel these type of way, but they're valid feelings. You need to bring up to. You need to talk to your husband about.
Absolutely,
these things.
Absolutely.
Have that conversation with him about it. Mm-hmm. Have an open dialogue about it with him. To keep it in house. Don't invite all these people to have opinions on what you're talking about with your marriage. Like, I don't know anything about Savannah and LeBron. I don't know anything.
Right.
And I shouldn't. Mm-hmm. I know too much about Will and Jada. And that's why there's so much turmoil there. And like, so you're inviting too many ears and opinions into your marriage, and it shouldn't be like you're inviting, like, and you're making not only yourself look bad, you're making him look bad. And you got kids that go to school, and they see this, and their friends see this stuff. Yep. It's a trickling effect. And again, like you said, she's entitled to have her feelings and to feel this way and to be entitled. But speak to your husband about that. Uh-huh. And I pray that she does, because what I often see in women, and I'm watching Friday Night Lights for the first time, and the coach's daughter, Julie, she did the same. She's like 15, but she did the same thing that I be seeing in real life. Like, she dating the quarterback, and he's a great guy, and he's fine. Like, he's perfect. There's nothing wrong with their relationship. But for whatever reason, she want to flirt with the other dude at the lifeguard at her job. She low-key cheat on him, realized it wasn't what it was, and want to go back to him. And he's like, nah. But it's like, why do y'all want to mess up a perfectly good thing? Yeah. And you sit in front of him and say, it's not true. He's like, I know I didn't do anything. Like, you can't even articulate what the problem is. And so it's the same thing here. It's like, it's kind of hard to understand. Like, what are you so upset about? Exactly. What are you mad at? Like, yes, it didn't go the way you wanted, but this is like, what's wrong with the life you have? Facts, and again, these feelings are valid. But my whole issue is keep it in house. Yeah,
absolutely.
Don't put it in the microphone. Matthew Stafford's wife is doing the exact same thing. It's like, please be quiet. Then she got in trouble recently because she was like, her kids are mad at her because they're being bullied from the stuff that they said. So your first thought was to go back on the microphone and repeat
the same stuff.
What are you doing? It's like,
absolutely.
It's like you're not even listening to your children. It's like, no, now this is going to get worse.
And the most important thing out of all this is what you say is that understand when you have a family. When you have a family, you represent your family in that last name, bro.
You are you're two. The Bible says two become one flesh. Y'all are one.
Y'all
are a unit.
Yep.
And that's why Steph couldn't allow Killer Mike.
Yep, absolutely. You can't say that
about you.
But guess what?
You're his wife.
But guess what,
know, buddy? You're my guy, but absolutely not.
And behind closed doors, I'm mad at you because you put me in these situations.
But guess what? I got you. That's this is my wife, for better or worse.
Yeah,
never
absolutely.
Talk about her like that. And so that's my only thing. It's like, listen, I don't really understand what her plight is.
Me either.
And maybe she doesn't either. Maybe she needs to talk to somebody to figure it out. Maybe she needs to, I don't know.
And I think, to be honest,
but my biggest thing, like, talk to your husband about
absolutely.
This. Don't go. The podcast mics are not therapy sessions. This was an interview. Mm-hmm. If anyone, I feel like Shannon Sharp might have the only podcast that seems more like a therapy session than anyone else.
Yeah, I agree.
The way he tailors it. The rest of these joints, call me daddy. This is an interview. It's not a therapy session.
And not even just an interview. A lot of this stuff is rage bait for you to respond in a certain type of way for them to get the clickbait. Yeah, you know that, bro. Man, you talking about some wild stuff. Man, your boy Derrick Groves was found in Atlanta. All right, New Orleans escapee Derrick Groves found in Atlanta after 100 days of hiding.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now look here, bro.
The stuff y'all was saying online.
My thing is, bro, you hiding for 100 days, you gonna go back to around the same environments that you got caught in. And that you probably got in trouble in. And always, too, bro, out of this situation, too, black people will say free anybody. Because this boy, when I looked at his convictions and why he was in jail, hey, look, hey, cool. At first, I'm not going to lie to you. I was sharing them on. Because, look, hey, you escaped. I mean, how many people escape from prison? That's rare. They can't find you. Effort. Do your thing, bro. But for you to go back to Atlanta, guess why the reason he got caught? He was arguing with his girlfriend, and somebody reported to the police. Not only are you in Atlanta around the same type of environment which you got caught up in,
that's so crazy.
Arguing with your girl. Out of anything that you need to do is not get in no type of trouble or cause any type of commotion or be loud. You need to be hiding out. Bruh, you out here arguing with your girl and they caught you. Oh my goodness, boy, dummy of the week. Because, boy, if I have, and I'm just saying hypothetically, if I have even 72 hours, I'm planning my escape to get gone in an area where somehow and where people don't know me, and I would want to be in a little bit populated area because the more people, the more likely you can skate. But I wouldn't be in the most popular place of like a city like Atlanta.
Yeah.
What are we sitting there talking about?
From New Orleans though, right? So he probably he could
have went to damn Vermont or something. You get yourself together or go across the country or something, bro. You got caught in Atlanta. Like that's what make it even crazier.
I will say this: the stuff that y'all was suggesting online was ridiculous. Said like he should have left the country. How would
now? See, that's what I said. Now that's
y'all expecting.
You would have got caught the first day.
How are y'all expecting this man, this convicted fella who's escaped from prison? How you
expecting him to show his ID
to get out the country?
To get scanned? Right, exactly.
What is he supposed to do?
And now it's crazy.
He might have found I can see a possibility where he could have found a way to get on somebody's small little boat or whatever, and go on to Mexico or whatever, and just get off. That I can see that, but that sounds more feasible. You know what I'm saying? But y'all was talking about going like overseas. You want to know why I'm mad at?
You want to know why I'm mad at, buddy? Because you know how hard it is in this day and age to not use technology or use your car or anything of that nature and just have a straight paper trail, and you was gone for 100+ days. That's impressive.
That was impressive.
But guess what? Dummy of the week, bro. You gonna go arguing with your girl in Atlanta, bro?
He got too comfortable, bro. He got too comfortable.
He got way too comfortable, bro.
As long as you was in the States, you was, or at least in the South, you was, yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like you just said, New Orleans and Atlanta, I'm sure they're not too far from each other.
Yeah.
Like,
it's easier to get there, but it's like, fam, like you got to get gone.
You gonna be in the facility of where they looking at you. You
gotta find a way to get.
You can go anywhere on the West Coast, anywhere, even guess what? Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say it like that, but it's a part of the U.S. Like,
yeah, you got. I mean, I don't know how he would have got there, but
you said both. That's why I said. Yeah, I don't know.
But you gotta find it gotta be like a regular person where you don't got
exactly ID. Like show ID, all that stuff.
I take my boat and I go. I make frequent trips to Mexico as part of my visit. You gotta know a guy to be like, hey, if I give you this amount of money, will you let my man ride on your boat all the way to Mexico?
Buddy is
and then you get off and you just figure it out. But like that would have been my type of time, and then you'd have been all right. You know what I'm saying? You didn't watch Set It Off? You didn't see the ending of Set It Off?
He obviously did.
That was different. She still got caught.
That man wearing wigs.
He just let her rock.
It was alleged he wearing wigs. He doing all this mask. You doing all this stuff, and you one argument.
He got comfy.
Oh my goodness, boy.
I would have been out. I would have left the country, obviously, but I would have found a way. Like when you escape prison, you gotta plan. You gotta keep escaping. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Hey, it was meant for him to get caught. It was meant for him to get caught.
Like you said, I don't know what he did.
I ain't gonna say what he did. You just know. Just know.
We're glad he's back. I'm
about to say.
I'm glad he's back.
Back on alleged double homicide, 2nd-degree murder, bro. Stop it. I talking about freedom, whatever, bro. And lastly, before we get out of here, Zelda Williams, daughter of Robin Williams. Very disturbed by people continue to send her AI generated stuff from her dad. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Yeah, I've been seeing that lately. Like, what is wrong with y'all, bro? AI is becoming so